So we're starting you off with a live look at Warner Robins this morning. Middle Georgia experienced a drop in temperatures over the weekend, especially this morning. And luckily, we have our meteorologist, Daniel McFarland, in the Skywatch Weather Center with more. Good morning, Daniel.
Good morning, Victoria. It is very cold out there. A lot of us are seeing these temperatures down in the mid-30s right now, making one of those cooler spots at 36 degrees. You're seeing gray at 37, and just about everyone is going to be seeing temperatures about 10 degrees cooler than what you're seeing on your screen for Wednesday morning. And I'll be talking more about that in just a second. But if you're going outside for the day, I think a light jacket and short sleeves are going to be possible. The reason I say that is because later on this afternoon, we are going to be having our high temperatures in the 70s out there. I'm looking at 71, 72 degrees for many of us. If you live south of I-16, places like Dublin, Cordele, Eastman, all those spots might even be high as 74. So looking like an excellent day for today. Then that cold front moves in. And now what this front is going to do is really cool us off. We're not expecting any of that snow that you're seeing in the northern half of the country. But one thing we are going to see is rain for tomorrow morning and some very cold air really staying put after that. So coming up at 10 minutes, I want to talk a little bit more about that cold weather and also fill you in what you can expect for that the rest of the week.
All right, thank you, Daniel. Right now, we've got some breaking traffic news for you this morning. This is Highway 96 near Pecan Landings Drive in Fort Valley. Both lanes of Highway 96 are starting to open up right now after a single car accident. If you look closely, you can see some of the debris from that accident has littered the roadway. No word yet on how much longer before those lanes will be open or what caused this accident. Again, this is Highway 96 near Pecan Landings Drive in Fort Valley. Lanes are closed, so slow down this morning as you take on your Monday. And like we mentioned, today is Veterans Day, and since it's a federal holiday, you might have some questions as to what will be open or closed. We're going to try and clear that up for you. You'll find some regular hours at Target, Walmart, Kroger, Trader Joe's, zoos, most malls and department stores, FedEx, and UPS. Movie theaters will have regular hours, and some veterans may get some perks. National parks will be open and free on Monday. As for what will be closed, anything government-owned, like the DMV and public libraries, will most likely be closed. Banks are generally closed as well. U.S. Postal Service will not deliver mail today, and its post offices will be closed. Some museums are open on Veterans Day, others aren't. So wherever you plan to go today, it's probably a good idea to go ahead and call ahead and confirm that they're open. And as you know, it's a very important day because it is Veterans Day, and we do have live team coverage for you this morning. This holiday is used to celebrate our men and women who put their lives on the line for the United States of America. Throughout the show, we're going to hear from meteorologist Daniel McFarland. He gave us the latest weather conditions as we are choosing to celebrate Veterans Day today. And then we're going to check in with our own Amaris Jenkins. She has some updates from Georgia College and some events that they're doing. We're also going to check in with my co-anchor Terrell Bailey. He's given us the latest from Coleman Hill this morning, so be sure to stick with us throughout the morning as we honor our veterans. And to our veterans, we say thank you for all that you do. And happening today, like we mentioned, Georgia College is honoring Veterans Day in their own way. WGXA's Amaris Jenkins joins us live right now. Good morning, Amaris. What can you tell us?
Good morning, Victoria, and that's correct. Georgia College is honoring Veterans Day by paying a special tribute to those who serve in the United States Armed Forces, and they're doing it right here with a ceremony in front of the old courthouse. Now, the courthouse located on the corner of W. Hancock and Wilkinson Streets, now owned by Georgia College. The courthouse is part of an ongoing renovation project for restored memorials and commemoration of the only serviceman in Baldwin County to die in the Afghanistan and Iraq wars. A brick wall and prayer inscribed in-ground plaque have been restored so far. Johnny Grant, Director of Economic Development and External Relations at Georgia College, said in part, he hopes visitors are reminded of the ultimate sacrifice so many men and women make to secure our liberty. Now, coming up within the next half hour, I'll tell you who exactly that tribute is going to this morning. I'm Amaris Jenkins live in Milledgeville. Now, I'm going to toss it over to WGXA's Terrell Bailey. Terrell, what's happening today where you are?
All right. Good morning, Amaris. Good morning, Victoria. And good morning, Middle Georgia. Now, I'm actually live here at Coleman Hill, where today one of the many ceremonies happening across the Middle State today is going to be taking place. Now, actually, this event is going to be hosted by Middle Georgia State University, and also the Macon-Bibb Mayor. Now, the ceremony is actually going to remember the 151st Machine Gun Battalion, 42nd Rainbow Division, and the members who actually lost their lives during World War I. The ceremony, it's going to be right here at Coleman, here where I'm standing at, and it's actually it's a monument established in memory of members of that battalion. MGA President Dr. Christopher Blake and Macon-Bibb Mayor Robert Rickard will actually give challenge coins to veterans who actually attend this event, and both of those people that I just named are expected to make some nice remarks as well. And the ceremony, actually, it's going to start at 11 o'clock at Coleman Hill, and we're in the heart of downtown Macon. And everybody, if you're watching right now, you can come on down because the entire community is invited to attend. Now, MGA, they're actually also getting students involved in kind of giving veterans the appreciation that they deserve. So throughout all of their 5 campuses today, they're actually going to be hosting cards to veterans and students and staff and everyone at the campus. They're actually invited to come on out, write a nice letter to a veteran, and just tell them thank you for your service. So for now, I'm live at Coleman Hill in Macon. I'm gonna send things back to you in the studio, Victoria.
All right, thank you, Terrell. Well, let's take a look at some of the other stories we want to cover for you this morning. A man out of Kansas says he was fired because he has HIV. We're going to break down his story in just a bit. Plus, we have an update on the latest following President Trump's impeachment inquiry as things are set to kick off this week. But first, we want to tell you about the story of a missing Atlanta University student who was finally laid to rest. Well, days after she was first reported missing in Atlanta, investigators found the body of missing college student Alexis Crawford, led there by one of her suspected killers. Jasmina Alston explains how her family is coping with the news.
She was a daughter, she was a big sister, she was a little sister, she was a soon-to-be graduate of a historically black college.
The family of 21-year-old Alexis Crawford spent Saturday planning her funeral. The Clark Atlanta University student was found dead Friday. Her roommate, 21-year-old Jordan Jones, and Jones's boyfriend, 21-year-old Barron Brantley, charged with her murder. The cause of death, asphyxiation.
How can we try to understand what must have gone through Barron and Jordan's minds that would have allowed 2 21-year-olds to commit such heinous acts that led to the death of Alexis.
Reverend Markel Hutchins is speaking for Crawford's family. She was reported missing on November 1st, the community coming together to search for her shortly after.
In so many ways, Alexis represents the best and brightest of us. She represents everything that's good about our young people. She was bright and brilliant and beautiful and hardworking.
Hutchins says the shock even more so because Crawford's family knew Jones.
These are 2 people that Alexis considered to be friends that ultimately led to that killed her.
Coming from a close family, Hutchins tells me Crawford will never be forgotten.
Today, and we prayed together and we cried together, and thanks be to God, there was a little bit of laughter, there was a little bit of joy.